Welcome to MH203 OLA Statistics Summer 1 2021. My goal with this video is to show you how I'd like you to access the course and some of the tools that we'll be using in the course. So the first thing that I want you to be able to do is go to the Canvas page and specifically go to click on Modules, which is where everything that I want you to access is. So the important course information, I'm putting more stuff up as we go, but you should be able to right now click on this Meet Your Instructor, which has a picture of me with my family and some information about who I am and where I've been. If we go back to the modules page, underneath that, you should now see the success strategies and policies and procedures. You also can click on the syllabus. If you click on the syllabus, it should automatically load a preview as it's doing now. And let me highlight a few things on here. First off, this is a completely online class, so I do want to be available to you, especially by email and using Ask Your Teacher, but there are no formal office hours or meeting sessions. Everything's due on Sunday nights at 11:59 p.m. So technically there is, a set time when things turn over, and that's when new things will be available for the next week. But there is no time that we physically meet when we're going to have a live face-to-face interaction. It's a basic course in statistics. We're going to learn a lot of important things that are useful in a lot of different areas. You do not need to purchase the textbook. If you have Cengage Unlimited, which you have as a Manor student, then that includes access to the online course. The one thing you may need to buy is a calculator. If you're going to go on with calculus or stat 2, then I would suggest springing for one of the really nice TI-83, TI-84 calculators that cost you under 20 bucks. But for this class, you really just need this TI-30X2S would be my recommended one if you're buying one. If you're just using something that you already have, I probably can work with you on it. I really recommend not trying to do this course on your phone. You might be able to find an app or something that works all right, but really having it in your hand and being able to put in the parentheses for some of the more difficult formulas, I think becomes very important. Again, you do not need to buy the book. You have an ebook with the Cengage Unlimited subscription. Cengage Unlimited comes with your Manor tuition if you're a full-time student. If not, you will need to purchase access to the Cengage course. So the way that you get access to the Cengage course is probably the most important thing that I'm going to show you here. The way that you get access to the course is within the module. You go here within the first module that has information and things to do to the first assignment that lists a due date and a point value. If you click on this first assignment, variables and data, and say load variables and data in a new window, that is the way that you're going to link your account with Cengage single sign-on. So for me, I'm already signed in to WebAssign. It's going to take me and tell me, oh, I know you're the instructor. Here you are. There's already 4 students signed up for your class. For you, it's going to do something different. What it's going to do when you follow that link is it's going to take you to somewhere to put in your username and password. You may not think you have a username and password, but basically Manor's already created the account for you. Your username and password are the same as your username and password that you were originally given for your Manor email. So please try putting that in to link the courses. Once your Canvas page is linked to your WebAssign, then from then on, whenever you click in Canvas any of these assignments, they'll immediately open in WebAssign. You need to have them linked. You need to go through everything through Canvas. There's no other way to access the assignments. They must be accessed in this way. That said, before you access the assignments, I'm hoping that you work through the lesson. The way that you would work through the lesson is you would click first on this page, Variables and Data, Graphs for Categorical Data. When you open it, the first thing it's going to show you is the objectives, what we're trying to learn within the section. The next thing you can do is click on this second tab here that says PowerPoint Lecture. Those are going to be about 20 to 50-minute lectures that go over all the material that I want you to know for that particular lesson. So this link at the top, if I click on it, is a link to the physical PowerPoint that I'll be going over. Sometimes it's hard to see the PowerPoint, so if you click on it and download it or go through it as I'm talking, sometimes that's helpful. But below it is the video of me going over that entire PowerPoint. So if you click on that video, it's YouTube, but it should load in the module.
Where our statistics class begins is with variables and data. Really, I like to tell students that this first unit is going to feel more like a social studies class.
So these videos are going to go over every lecture, going to go over the information that I want you to know from that section. After you watch the video, the hope would be that you understand things, you feel good about it, you feel ready to attempt the classwork. If that's the case, awesome. You can go right to classwork. These classworks are never due, but they're example problems that are very close to the way that the questions are asked on the homework. So they're here as Word documents where this one asks you to match up what's the experimental unit with the variable in the study. So age of dog is the variable that I want to explore. I would get the age of dog from one dog as the experimental unit. I would line those two up, similar to something that you're going to be asked to do in the actual online homework that you're graded on. These classworks you never turn in, you're never graded on. One of the reasons that you never turn them in and you're never graded on them is because there's videos that go over all of them. So if I go to variables and data videos, if I go to the link and I play this first one, part one.
All right, so my plan for the semester is for me to go over any of the problems from the classwork in these YouTube videos that I upload, so that hopefully you guys can try the classwork first on your own, see where you struggle, watch the videos, have me go over the concepts you weren't sure on, and then that'll lead right into the Cengage homework. So here is the first few questions from the first classwork. The first one asked me to match the experimental unit with the variable in the study. So basically what that means is we're trying to study a specific variable. Where do we get one unit of information? If we're trying to find the age of a dog, basically one dog provides that piece of information. So maybe we're trying to find the average age of all the dogs at a certain shelter. Then, to find each piece of information, each piece of data, we'd go to each dog and write down their age. So the age of dog would have an experimental unit that's one dog.
So as you can see, I go over every question from the classwork so that you can see the problems done out. Again, my hope is that you try them on your own after watching the lectures, and then you can go back and see how things went, see if there's things that you understood or didn't understand before you click and go into WebAssign. Once you click on these homeworks, these are what you're actually graded on. These will be graded through WebAssign and go into your course grade. To show you what one of these looks like, this is your first assignment. It asks you to find the experimental unit for the variable described below. The gender of a student. The experimental unit is the students. You get one piece of information from a student. So there's 14 questions like this that go along with the lecture, that go along with what I went over in the classwork. After you put all the answers in, you click submit for testing. It's going to grade everything and tell you what went wrong. The good news is you have 5 chances to get it right. So even if you get it wrong the first time when it's a homework assignment, you can correct your wrong answers. That said, by the time you get down to the test, on the test you only get one attempt. So we're going to go through and you're going to do variables and data. This is due the first week, so this is going to be due Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. This first assignment, this next assignment, 3, 4, 5 assignments that are due that first week. Each of them has a page where you can see the objectives, watch the PowerPoint lecture, then have the classwork to try, and then after the classwork to try is the video with me going over the classwork. I also included videos examples. What these are a different instructor going over similar concepts. My videos are going to be directly tailored to the way the questions are asked on the online system. The video examples might not be exactly tailored to it, but they're going to teach the same concept and they're going to give you another voice kind of going over the ideas of what we're trying to get at in this unit. So everything is laid out on the syllabus. If I go back here to the module and I click on syllabus, you go to the very bottom of it on the syllabus, it has a calendar where it's going to show you everything that's due for the entire class. So at the bottom, here is the weekly course schedule. The first week, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lessons due, as well as a discussion board. From there, every week, you have a test due at the end of the week. This is an accelerated class, so things move quick. In the second week, which ends the 30th on a Sunday, you have to complete homeworks 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, complete the sample test, and then the actual test is due test 1 that night, which is on the first 2 weeks. Test 3 is due the following week. I'm sorry, test 2 is due the following week, then test 3 the following week, and test 4, and then finally the final exam is due on the 25th. So let me be clear. Each of these is hard due dates. You must take the test by the day it is due. There are no extensions on tests for any reason. I know that these come quick in the way that the course is laid out. What I do have is alternate versions of each test where if you miss a test due date, then I can allow you to take the alternate version if you meet with a tutor. But basically, I really want you to try and keep to trying doing the tests on time. I am here for you. I'm hopefully going to be able to help you throughout as you have questions, but please don't wait until Sunday night at 11:30 and then try and bombard me with questions and be wondering why you weren't able to get the test done in time. I need you to work hard in this class. It's going to be a hard math class. I want to help. If you click on any of these assignments and look at where one of these questions is for you, there's going to be a little box that says ask your teacher. When you click that box, it's going to send me the question that you got, the answer they want you to choose, and your most recent answer that you selected. So it's going to let me see everything that I need to write back to you, tell you what's going wrong, tell you what's going right. There's a lot of times where things are formatting errors and where basically by letting me see what's going on, I'll be able to tell you how to fix it in the future so that when it comes time for the test, we don't make any problem errors like that and that you're not getting any points off. So my hope is to be here to help you. My hope is this getting started video tells you where to begin, but I'm absolutely fine with anybody being confused at this point and needing help. If you're that person, please email me. Please let me help you get up and running on the course. It is absolutely very important that you guys, as soon as possible, get access to this web assign class. I want to see this roster grow to the exact number of students I have in the class so that I know everybody has access to the course materials. Again, please email me if you have any questions, and I look forward to a great semester.